Hello everyone, welcome to News Extra, and coming up November 8th, a special opportunity for adults to perhaps sample some adult beverages and help a worthy attraction here in the Panhandle. It's the Sip and Sample coming up to benefit the Bayard Depot Museum, and I have John Schmall with me. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us a little bit about the event coming up here on the 8th.
So the Sip and Sample, the museum has been using that as a fundraiser in various forms for most of its existence. The museum was established in 1998, so quite a few years there. But the last several years we have worked in the fall to feature, we call it the Sip and Sample. We feature Nebraska-made beer and wine, and then local groups provide hors d'oeuvres. And they're kind of scattered around the museum, and people are able to come and sample some of the wine and beer we have, see the museum in a little bit of a different light, and just enjoy an evening in the museum. It's really a fun event there in Bayard.
Now, are there advance tickets to this?
There are.
Okay.
Any of the board members, and that information's on our Facebook page or at Chimney Rock Chiropractic. Tickets are $15. You can certainly buy them at the door. We haven't turned anyone away yet, and don't plan on starting. So it's a nonprofit run by volunteers. We'll take everyone.
Okay, and of course, since there are adult beverages served during this time, limited to those over 21?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 21 and over only, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of events that tend to happen during the fall and the winter time that if they do have adult beverages involved, they do end up having to be limited to adults only, unfortunately. Sorry, kids.
That's all right.
But of course, as it is one of the few opportunities, and really the only opportunity for people to see the inside of the museum and take a look around during this time of year, because we're closed.
Correct. The museum typically runs from May. We open sometime in May through the end of September, and this happens, of course, in the evening. We fire heaters up and everything to kind of ward off the chill. But it is housed in our 1928 Burlington Northern old railroad depot. It's original brick, original windows, original woodwork. It's a cool building in and of itself. And it is just chock full in every corner of artifacts about Bayard's past.
Let's talk a little bit about that a little bit more when we come back on News Extra in just a moment. And we're back on News Extra. We're talking about the Sip and Sample benefit fundraiser that's taking place November 8th at the Bayard Depot Museum, and it benefits the museum itself. And we're talking with John Schmall. Again, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
As we were saying before the break, a lot of artifacts and neat things inside the museum that if people have never been, something kind of unique for them to get a gander at during this time.
Absolutely. And even if you've been there before, it's kind of one of those things, every time you go through it, you kind of uncover something new. But we're fortunate to have it in a historical building in and of itself. A lot of Chimney Rock paraphernalia, a lot of Chimney Rock pictures, being, we're Bayard. A lot of school artifacts. We have every class picture in a big flip through. You can look through and see old uniforms, some old trophies. That's always a popular room, is the school room, we call it. A lot of Western Sugar paraphernalia, old campaign posters, lots of pictures, old record books. A lot of farm implements, even inside the museum. Quite a farm display. It is a neat display there in our 1928 building.
Yeah, which is really unique because you think about all of these old depots that were spread out every so often because at the time steam engines had to have a place to stop, get water, move forward to the next location. So every 30 miles or so, approximately. Which of course is also a way that we had towns spring up all across Nebraska. But a lot of those depots closed down, converted to something else in some cases. But in this case, the Bayard Depot pretty much preserved as it was when it was basically, when the railroad basically turned it over.
Correct. Burlington Northern operated it as a depot until 1985, and then kept a control room there for a number of years. About 10 years after it was closed, the depot, or the group, formed and got the building from BN and was able to move forward and make it a museum. Like I said, it's in fantastic shape.
Yeah, and of course it's been a passport stop.
Yes, we were a passport
stop.
Tremendous program. We had well over 2,000 visitors. which is up from normally $300.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So yeah, if anybody's curious about that Passport Nebraska program, it's a wonderful program. Any businesses, tourist stops want to participate. Can't speak highly enough about that.
Of course, the Sip and Sample coming up on the 8th. Give people some details again on how they can get tickets and take part.
You bet. Tickets can be purchased from any board member. That information's on our Facebook page. Chimney Rock Chiropractic in Bayard. You can get tickets there, or you can stop by just that night. We start at 5 and we'll go till we run out of stuff to serve.
The Sip and Sample coming up on the 8th in Bayard at the historic Depot Museum. John, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
Thank you for having us.